Early in the morning,
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice. I'm back with another episode of Topical Talks, following yesterday's video talking about university. Now, when I made that video, I hadn't really planned it. There wasn't really much structure. You know me, your boy Cam can literally just jump in front of the camera, sit on the sofa, roll out of bed, crusting eyes, and just chat shit in front of the camera and somehow make it work. But I've started to realise I can offer a lot more in terms of university advice to people in the audience. Whether you're young, 17, 18, looking to go university, or 30, 40, 50, and you're getting a university degree later in life, I feel like I can add value. So I'm going to do like a little, not a segment, but just a little mini series. I'm just going to talk about different university things and stuff like that, just to see if they help. So let's get straight into this, man. Without further ado, hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe button for me, and hit the bell to be notified, because as I said, we're dropping videos all over the gaff. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired today. I'm usually tired, extra tired for some reason. So anyway, I made a few notes, so hopefully this makes sense. So anyway, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be exploring the question, do you need a university degree to get a job? Yes or no? It's as simple as yes or no. It depends. It all depends on what area you want to go to, but I'm going to explore, we'll dive into this. So I'm going to start first by looking at what jobs require a degree first and what jobs you can get without a degree. Then I'm going to just talk about things like internships, working abroad, all different alternatives to university as well in order to get jobs as well. So according to Future Learn, a website, the best paid jobs in the UK with a degree are doctors, economists, accountants, lawyers, engineers, financial advisors. That's about right. I probably would have said the exact same ones. I know a couple pilots, they needed a degree, but maybe they're not higher than these lot. But I'm sure you need a degree to be a pilot as well. So people in these professions can expect to earn about 40 to 100,000 or more each year, depending on their experience, company work, etc, etc. So as I said, the jobs that I just listed there, your doctors, your accountants, those typically are your highest paid jobs. Those are your FTSE 500 companies, ones that would typically require you to go higher and higher in education in order to work for them. Now, not everything needs a degree, and I will talk about entry-level stuff in a minute, but aside from entry-level stuff, most of these companies, most of these big corporations will require a university degree. But again, it does depend on what role you wanna enter in, because as I said 2 seconds ago, there are entry-level jobs rather than like graduate scheme jobs. Now, not every company requires graduate scheme jobs. Some you can just enter on an entry level, basic level, and work your way up. Do you feel me? But if you are trying to be an accountant, a lot of these jobs require specific qualifications, specific exams that you take even while you're working on the job, right? Not even just at university. You know, you have to get a university degree just to get the job, and then you got to do further exams to progress higher in the corporation. You feel me? So aside from the highest paid jobs that do require a degree, let's look at the highest paid jobs that don't. According to Future Learn again, some of the highest paid jobs without a UK degree are air traffic controller, digital marketing, SEO expert, white hat hacker, which is like a hacker but it's like legal, it's like a ethical hacker, for example, firefighters, big up my boy Jags, offshore energy jobs, game developer, translator, police constable. Wouldn't be my choice there still. PC juice, never that. Or become an entrepreneur. So as you can see, that's why I said yes and no at the start of this video, because there's a whole section of jobs that you can get without a degree, and there's a whole section that jobs that you would require a degree. So it all depends on where you foresee your future, on where you envisage your career going. So before I talk about what alternatives there are to going to university, I wanted to talk about the climate at the moment. So as I said yesterday, I graduated in 2016. The climate was like it was now. We were kind of taught, oh, if you don't get a degree, if you're gonna like fail at life and this and this, you won't be successful, you won't get a job, this and this. This narrative used to get drummed into us at school. Obviously most people didn't care, but I was picking up on this. They're drilling this in school, X, Y, Z, and I'm like, huh? Like, rah. And I'm going to do a video soon actually about the schools nullify creativity, because I've got very strong opinions on that and opinions on the wider context, but I'm going to do a video on that at some point soon, so stay tuned for that. However, you know, I'm coming from an era, shall we say, where it's a lot harder to get jobs, you understand? For my parents, for instance, or my mum, and you know, above, granddads and all that, you know, my granddad, for instance, would left the job on Friday and then walked into a new job on Monday. This is decades ago. You feel me? So before the climate was the way it is now, when it's competition and then all these grad schemes and universities and this and this, all sorts, there wasn't much competition. The university wasn't sought after as much. Now, university is a lot more popular, but don't get it twisted. Universities are still accepting people with lower grades because they need to fill their numbers. Even though it's more and more popular, there are alternatives out there, and it's not vital. However, it just, as I say, it depends what area you want to go to. Because if you want to go on this corporate route and you want to enter high on this corporate route, in this corporation, whatever, graduate schemes are your best bet personally, because you enter at a higher level. You enter at a higher salary. You feel me? You enter with higher responsibility straight off the bat of university. You understand? But as I said earlier, there's entry-level requirements. So if you don't have a degree, you can go into a lot of these corporations, but it'll just be a lot lower level, and you might be a year, 2 years, 3 years behind, depending on how fast you progress. Because listen, I don't care if I didn't go to university, that still wouldn't have. I'm still a sharp tool in the shed. You feel me? So if I didn't go to university, I would still know how to work my way in an interview, still know how to chat, gift of the gab. I might be working in sales. I might be a millionaire by sales by now, to be honest. So, but listen, anyway, let's talk about the alternatives to university. So there's a few alternatives to university. Apprenticeships are now a big one, and they're popular. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was in school, year 10 days, how old was that? So what, that's like 11, that's like 15, innit? 15, 16, yeah. So them times there, so 10 years ago, apprenticeships were a joke. No cap, no kizzy. The only apprenticeships you could get was for some very low level handiwork, shall we say. And I'm not insulting no one that did that, or I'm not insulting that line of work. A lot of people that I know that did that line of work, it eventually became their own bosses, and they're way richer than I am right now, so this ain't insulting. But back in the day, it was very low level handiwork, and you were getting paid £2 an hour these times, you know what I'm saying? 2-3 quid, max 3 quid. So, but anyway, fast forward to now, apprenticeships, they've got a lot more value in them. There's different apprenticeships. You can get all sorts of apprenticeships, not just handiwork and things like that. All sorts, like certain accountancy, certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Not property, but like construction apprenticeships and things like that. So a lot of people are looking at apprenticeships rather than degrees, because you're getting work and getting paid, but while also doing your studies and getting kind of experience within the field that you're looking to get work into, you understand? So you've got that. You can work abroad. Working abroad, your boys worked abroad. A man's done internships in Shanghai. You understand? I was getting into madnesses out there as well. Working abroad, traveling. Yeah, all sorts. There's so many things and that all boosts your CV. So the more you boost your CV, the more. Because listen, don't get it twisted. Work is important, but people aren't just looking at work no more. They're looking at personalities. Now I'm gonna give you a little corporate advice before I go. You can train anyone to do a job, innit? More time you can train anyone to do a job. You cannot train personality. You cannot train resilience. Positive traits that add value, resilience, perseverance, determination, passion, all that stuff. So a lot of corporations, a lot of people that are hiring, they're hiring people based on their personality and what they do outside of work. So me, on my CV, I've got internships in China. I've got traveling in Thailand, working abroad and charity work in Thailand. All sorts of shit like that says a lot about my personality outside of work. So if you can do things like that help people showcase your personality more, then that's going to be beneficial. There's also things called like levers programs. Now I don't really know much about these ones. You're gonna have to do a bit. You're gonna have to do your own research on this one. I think it's like accountancy firms will do like levers programs where they help you get chartered and accountancy, things like that. So, but listen, ultimately it depends what you want to do. If you lot want to go the corporate route, which I thought I did, well actually no, deep down I never. No, sorry, I lied. Deep down I never wanted to go that route, but I always did it because they drummed it into me at school that I'd be a bum without it. You feel me? So I never wanted to do that. I eventually have gone the creative route, which is exactly what I'm doing right here. Right here, my creative in a sense that I get to come up with a design and give it to my friend to design for me, like give him like a, give him a vision and my friend design it for me, and I get to sit on front of a camera now and talk and edit and do vlogs and edit this way, and you know what I'm saying, and brush up my conversation skills, and interview skills and all sorts. I've had opportunities on the radio from this with my friends. I've had opportunities on TV. I'm gonna be in a BBC documentary about colorism, based off the back of my colorism video from a year ago or whatever it was, 7 months ago. So there's a lot of things that come out being creative, and I'm blessed. I need to know when that BBC documentary is coming out, by the way. I'll let you lot know about that still, because I don't even think they're gonna give your boy credit. They shouted me when I had about 2,000 subscribers in it to be in this documentary, to use a clip from the video. And they were like, they're not even gonna give me credit. And I was thinking, huh? You ain't gonna give me credit? I need some of this clout. Like, I'm gonna be on a documentary. Show me some love. The documentary ain't out yet, but either way, I'm above 20,000 now. So the BBC, feel me? But nah. Anyway, I think that's all I've got to add on this one. I'm sure I can talk about more still, but yeah, things like I said, gap years, entry level. Oh, I didn't say gap year actually. Oh no, yeah, gap year. Well, as I said, working abroad, all that stuff, building your CV, you can do that in a gap year, innit? Boosting your CV and things like that. So, anyway, to conclude, there's a whole plethora. Is that the right word? Plethora. There's a whole plethora of jobs that you can get. There's a variety of jobs you can get without a degree in it, without a degree. And you know, I don't need this. To be creative, you don't need a degree as well. You need to do. If you want to be a singer, you don't need a degree. If you want to be a screenwriter, you don't need a degree. If you want to be a videographer, you don't need a degree. Just pick up the tools and do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna drop more videos about university and things like that. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to cover in a video, because I'm sure there's 1,000,001 different things that I'm gonna talk about. You know, I can go into more detail about internships, all sorts of random shit. You see me? So, but yeah, man. Peace, love, stay safe, like the video, comment, subscribe. Did you go to university? Did you enjoy university? You know, what job have you got without university? Anyway, peace.